Hello friends, today we are going to discuss a very new topic. In this video we will talk about the chapter number 16, environmental issues. Right? So whenever we think about the environmental issue, why they have been created, how they are getting created, that we need to focus first. So students, this is a chapter of environmental science. In this, you must focus on 1 mark and 2 mark questions. Starting with the topic, that is environmental issues. Why these environmental issues are being formed? So you are knowing in past 100 years, right? The population explosion is occurring at very fast rate, right? So in past 100 years population has grown enormously. Population has grown enormously, right students? Now this population increases. When we think about the population, when population increases, the demand for certain commodities also increases. For example, if I say, as population is getting increased, there is a demand of more food, there is a demand of more water, there is a demand of roads, automobile, electricity, goods, everything, right? There is a direct proportionality. When population increases, resource demand also increases. So when population has grown enormously, demand for resource also increased. As I said, demand for resources, that can be food, that can be electricity, goods, that can be water, everything, right? Food, electricity, goods, water, automobiles, roads, such kind of things, demand gets increased. Now, as demand is increasing, it is creating the two things. Demand in of resources when increases, it creates the pressure on our natural reserves, right? So increases pressure on our natural resources, okay? As well as this also leads to pollution, okay? That means when demand of the natural resources increases, when demand of natural resources increases, it causes, there is a need to check the depletion and as well as the steps to protect the natural resources, right? So it will deplete the natural resource, right? Depletion of means decrease in our natural resources. Now question arises, what is pollution? Because the chapter is first starting with the pollutions and what are the remedies, that also we are going to talk. So first one, what is pollution? Right? Okay. Pollution is any undesirable change, any, whether it is in physical characteristic, whether it is in chemical characteristic, or whether it is in biological characteristics, right, of air, land, water and soil. This is referred as pollution. So any undesirable change, any undesirable change in physical, chemical or biological characteristics, biological characteristics, right? is referred as is called pollution, and those which bring in undesirable change, substances bringing substances which bring undesirable change, right? Undesirable change brought by substance are referred as pollutants, are referred as pollutants. So this is the basic information. Now what are the steps that are taken by Indian government, right? So the steps which are taken by our Indian government, Indian government has Government of India passed a law in 1896. Okay, in 1896 a law was passed referred as Environment Act, but which act? Environment Protection Act, right, in 1986. Now what was the motto of this law? This law suggested, right, this law suggested the environment should be protected as well as it should be improved in the quality also. So we can write over here, to improve the quality of environment, right, and to protect the environment. So students, you have to, most importantly, you have to remember this thing when it was passed, which law it was passed, because these are getting asked in 1 mark, right? So this is basic information about the first introductory part of the chapter. Now we are going to start with the air pollution. Okay, so students, we will start air pollution. You are familiar now what is pollution? Any undesirable change, whether it is in physical, whether it is in chemical, or whether it is in biological characteristic of air. Now we are going to talk about the air pollution. So this is the definition of air pollution. You can just exclude water and land and everything. You just keep air, then it becomes air pollution, right? Now air is a basic need for all living organism, right? We require air to breathe because we undergo respiratory process, right? So to produce energy we require oxygen. So air is basic requirement, right? Basic requirement for living. Okay, and when air pollution occurs, right, it affects all living organism, affects all living organism. When I talk about all, means it includes plant also. Air affects all living organisms. Like when I say about the plants, what is the effect on the plants? Let's see. Plants are affected by air pollution, which causes the decrease in growth, yield, and premature death of the plants, right? It decreases growth and yield. Okay, students? So these two things are getting decreased. With it also causes premature death, means before maturity plants get died, premature death, right? So this is the effect on the plant. Now when we talk about the humans or animals, right, you are familiar that animals are facing respiratory related problems, right? Means they face problem while breathing because of particulate matter present in the air which is inhaled, and due to that it causes irritation, inflammation, and with it the respiratory related problems like bronchitis and asthma. So such kind of things can occur due to the pollution. So whenever we talk these respiratory related problems or the effects, right? The effects are dependent on two things. First, the concentration of the particulate matter. First of all, how much particulate matter, how much particles are present in the air, right? On concentration of particulate matter. If more particles will be there, it will cause more harm. And second is duration of exposure. How much time it is getting exposed to a human. For example, it is for few minutes, then it will not create a big effect on the body. But when it is long time exposure, that causes a problem, right? So this is the thing about the air pollution. When we talk about air pollution, thermal smokestacks, right? Then smelters and other industries releases particulate matters with harmless gases, right? Releases particulate matters, okay, with harmless gases. Means harmless gases means which are not going to affect the animals or plants, but it also releases certain particulate matters, harmless gases like oxygen and nitrogen, okay, like oxygen and nitrogen. Now see students, when I talk that it is releasing particulate matter with the harmless gases, we need to separate both of them. Particulate matter should be separated and then that harmless gas can be released into the atmosphere. That is a good option for us, right? So this should be separated, right? This should be separated, okay students, right? So what are the techniques to separate the particulate matter? So there are many techniques, but we are going to discuss the two. One is electrostatic precipitator and another one is scrubber, okay? So let's understand the phenomena of electrostatic precipitator. By the diagram only we are going to study what happens during the working of electrostatic precipitator. Let's say that a industry is releasing the dirty air, right? Industry is releasing dirty air. So what happens when I talk about the electrostatic precipitator? This dirty air when pass, it should be of low velocity, right? The velocity of the air when passes through electrostatic precipitator, it should be low. Remember this. Electrostatic precipitator contains electrodes, right? Electrodes with producing 1000 volt of electric charge. When these volts are maintained, high volts are maintained, it produces a corona. So see, I have drawn, this is a negatively charged wire which is having high charge, so it produces a corona, right? Now when dirty air passes through it, these dust particles get attached. Why? Because the corona releases electrons, right? When there is a maintained 1000 volts of current or electric charge, this produces corona which releases electrons. Now these negatively charged electrons get attracted to the dust particles. So electric wire produces a corona because high voltage current is maintained. That produces a corona. Corona releases electrons. these electrons get attracted to the dust particles which are present in the dirty air. When it passes through it, there are ground plate, collection plate which are grounded. When it passes through it, this charged dust particles get grounded or fall on the plates, right? And clean air is passed. Okay, this dust particles become charged. Why? Because electrons get bind with the dust particles. Okay, so this is a very basic phenomena. Okay, second one is scrubber. Talking about the scrubber, right? This, when we talk about electrostatic precipitator, removes 99% of particulate matter. Particulate matter, right? In thermal power plant. Remember this. This is very important. Thermal power plant. Okay, students. It removes 99% of the particulate matter. Okay. So when we talk about the second one, scrubber, dirty air is passed through the spray of lime. Dirty air is passed through the spray of lime. So over here there is a spray, right? Spray. When dirty air passes, right? Okay, what happens? The particulate matter get grounded, okay, and clean air is passed. Okay, so this is about the scrubber. Now, according to Central Pollution Control Board, according to CPCB, see this is to remove. See, scrubber is to remove sulfur dioxide, right? Removes harmful gases like sulfur dioxide. Okay, so sulfur dioxide can get removed by this process. According to Central Pollution Control Board, CPCB, this full form you have to remember, Central Pollution Control Board. Okay, which is the most harmful particles, which size? So particulate matter having 2.5 mm or less in diameter are most harmful, right? Remember this, 2.5 or less in diameter are causing greatest harm, right? They cause irritation, they cause inflammation of the respiratory tract, they even causes the breathing problems. So this was about the things. Main two things are of 2 marks. You have to remember that how is the functioning of electrostatic precipitator and what is the functioning of scrubber. Scrubber removes harmful gases like sulfur dioxide and this removes the particulate matter, and even in this particulate matter is also removed. Okay, so we will now discuss about the vehicular pollution and noise pollution. Now when we talk about the vehicular pollution, right, you are also knowing that population is increasing, so number of vehicles are also increasing, right? When we talk about the increase in population, it will directly reflect the number of automobiles. So number of vehicles are tremendously increasing. Okay, and when these vehicles are increasing, it causes the air pollution, right? So causes the air pollution. Okay, now what can be done to reduce the air pollution? Because we don't want to halt the growth or development, but we also need to check on the environment also, right? So when vehicles are getting increased, it is causing air pollution. So what happens at that time, right? When we think, we can use lead free petrol, right? Lead free petrol and diesel, right? This should be done to control the air pollution caused by vehicles. use of lead free petrol and diesel means unleaded petrol and diesel, right? Next one is proper maintenance should be done of the vehicles, right? Proper maintenance. And third one, which is very important, the question can be asked like this: explain the functioning of catalytic converters. So use of catalytic converters. Now when we talk about the catalytic converter uses expensive metals, like platinum, palladium and rhodium, right? These are very expensive metals, right? And these are fitted in vehicles, right? Fitted in automobiles. Now when they are fitted in automobiles, right, what is the functioning of these catalytic converters? This act as catalyst, right? What is the functioning? How? So when we talk, when there is a burning of fuel, there is some unburned hydrocarbon left, hydrocarbons. These are converted into, remember, unburned hydrocarbon are converted into carbon dioxide and water, right? Okay, these are converted into carbon dioxide and water. Next, when we talk about the carbon monoxide, that is CO, right? Carbon monoxide and nitric oxide, these are also harmful gases which can cause the air pollution. So this gets converted into carbon dioxide and nitrogen gas. Okay, carbon dioxide, that is CO2, and nitrogen gas. So this is conversion. Okay, now see what happens. Always we must use the lead free petrol because lead inactivates the catalytic converters or catalyst. Okay, these are getting inactivated if lead is present. So this was about the vehicular pollution. Now we will discuss about the noise pollution.